Hey, what is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a lovely one out there. Today, we're going to take a listen to the Divine Comedy. We're going to listen to the first track off of their album, which is self-titled "Absent Friends," which was released in 2004. I've never heard of the Divine Comedy. I've heard of the Divine Comedy, the classical work of literature, but I've never heard of the actual, musical artist here. So I had seen the name popping up in the comments a few times, but never necessarily like towards a specific track necessarily. So I just chose this one because it's the title track and the first track off of the name of the album. So anyways, that's it. Let's go ahead and listen. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Here we go.
Absent friends, here's to them, and happy days we thought that they would never end.
That's just Scott Walker.
Here's to absent friends. Little Jean Seberg seemed so full of life, but in those eyes such troubled dreams. Poor little Jean.
That is such Scott Walker.
Woodbine Willie couldn't rest until he'd given every bloke a final smoke before the killing.
First
one clean, but the great escape he tried to make was not to be. Maybe next time, Steve, like a flute through inky blue, till like a neared the atmosphere. Like his life was through. Oh yeah.
I like the way the music is ebbing and flowing. It has a really nice orchestration to it.
Oscar Wilde was a lonely child. He fought and won acceptance from the world. They smiled, they laughed, they praised, they drove poor Oscar to his grave.
That is nice.
Absent friends, here's to them, and happy days we thought that they would never end, but they always end. Raise your glasses then to absent friends.
Okay. I had no idea I was going to be listening to a later day Scott Walker, because that's exactly what that sounded like. I liked it, though. I like Scott Walker, so yeah, I'm going to like this. Singing, I believe, is performed by Neil Hannon, from what I could tell. Love his voice, and even though the style, I'm going to try not to mention SW again, but even though the style of the music is very much of SW's early work, his voice doesn't sound the same. So I appreciate that his voice has a little bit more lightness, as opposed to Scott's, lower tones and everything. And I would not be surprised at all Matter of fact, I'd bet on it that Neil was influenced, and the band was influenced by Scott Walker. Okay, I will not mention Walker's name again. I promise. I love the orchestration around this. I love how it builds up. The little break where the music, excuse me, stops and then the orchestra plays a little bit there, and then it leads into the next section, I thought was really nice. And that break happens again in a similar way later on. So I like how that's used to kind of stop, add a focus, and then add a momentum as it moves to the next part, especially the climactic finish when Hannon just holds that note and it feels very, very good. It's a nice kind of adventurous way to start off the album, and who knows where it goes from there, but I think that this is a great opening track with some exciting instrumentals, particularly from the orchestra and just the way it's all structured there, which you're going to have a lot of people when it comes to the ensemble. As you can see here, here is your Millennia Ensemble musicians, quite a few of them, and some extra musicians performing as well over here. Let's look at the lyrics, though. Absent friends, here's to them in happy days. We thought that they would never end. Here's to absent friends. Now, none of these references I recognize except for Steve McQueen. Little Jean Seberg seems so full of life, but in those eyes, such troubled dreams. Poor little Jean, or Jean. Woodbine Willie couldn't resist until he'd given every bloke a final smoke before the killing. Old Woodbine Willie. Steve McQueen jumped the first one clean, but the great escape, nice reference to the movie, he tried to make was not to be. Maybe next time, Steve. I love that line. I like how he says, maybe next time, Steve. It's just so casual in the lyrics. Leica flew through inky blue till Leica near the atmosphere, and Leica knew Leica's life was through. Oscar Wilde was a lonely child. He fought and won acceptance from the world. They smiled, they laughed, they praised. They drove poor Oscar to his grave. Absent friends, here's to them. So, excuse me. Is he saying that all these people, these 5 people that he mentioned, all had absent friends, and hence, in some weird turn of events, that led to their perceived greatness in many ways and in different avenues? Or is he saying, here's to them? Cheers to these figures, like Oscar Wilde, Steve McQueen, because they are absent friends. Perhaps there's a certain camaraderie that he feels with them, a certain connection that he feels with these particular figures. So it's like they're absent friends. Not quite sure, but that's what I'm kind of getting from it. Cool track, though. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Follow me a bunch of places. Press that like button before you leave. Thank you so much for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Bye, guys.